Hello everyone, I'm SeafoodSource Editor Sean Murphy and welcome to SeafoodSourceTV, a new video blog here on SeafoodSource.com where every 2 weeks we'll be bringing you the latest from the world of the seafood industry. Pescanova is one of the 10 largest fishing companies in the world, arguably the largest in Spain. It's been around 53 years and employs over 10,000 workers, but right now the company is in serious financial trouble. It all started at the end of February when the company declined to disclose its financial results for the second half of 2012 by a February 28th deadline as required. The company claimed it needed to restructure its debts following a failed attempt to sell off some of its salmon farming assets. Well, once that news hit, the company's share price plummeted, prompting Spain's stock market regulator to suspend trade in Pescanova shares. Less than 2 weeks later, regulators opened an investigation into the company, citing possible market abuse. That investigation is still going on, but we're learning from various reports that Pescanova's debts are estimated at around 1 billion euros, that's billions with a B, or $2 billion US. And some estimates have it much higher, 2 billion euros, or $2.6 billion US. The Spanish government has hinted at a bailout, as it has for other major Spanish corporations in dire straits, but whether the company needs rescuing and whether the government will do it remains to be seen. We'll keep watching. Meanwhile, a little farther north, it seems the word on the lips of the seafood industry is mackerel, after a quota dispute that has been simmering for a few years is threatening to boil over soon, with some in the industry media dubbing this the Mackerel Wars. It began with a deal to share the market quota for Europe among 4 players: the EU, Norway, Iceland, and the Faroe Islands, which is technically a part of Denmark, but it's a self-governing province and, for the purposes of this agreement, is considered an independent entity. Well, the Faroes pulled out of the agreement in 2009, accusing Iceland of taking more than its allotted quota. Since then, both Iceland and the Faroe Islands have been accused of taking more than their share, thousands of metric tons over quota over the past 4 years. Now, conservation groups are weighing in, including the Marine Stewardship Council and the Marine Conservation Society. And the society has gone as far as to downgrade it on its fish-to-eat list, saying that mackerel should now be eaten occasionally. Criticism like this has been known in the past to motivate the public not to eat certain species. So the unflattering attention has angered officials in Norway and the EU, who say they have been sticking to their respective quotas and risk being punished for someone else's misdeeds. So what's being done? The Faroes aren't talking, at least not to us. And while Iceland has pledged to lower its own quota, the EU says that's not good enough, and both parties need to do more. And the war rages on. Now, we've had several stories about mackerel on SeafoodSource.com, but for an in-depth look, be sure to check out the April issue of our sister product, Seafood Business Magazine, featuring a cover story on the subject by Jason Holland. And to learn more about the mackerel dispute, what the mackerel dispute means to seafood producers and sellers, keep watching SeafoodSource.com, where we'll be delivering written and video coverage at the upcoming 2013 European Seafood Expo in Brussels, Belgium. We'll be talking to exhibitors about this and other issues, so if you want to talk to us about mackerel or anything else, be sure to stop by and see us. We'll be at Stand 840 in Hall 6. That's it for this week's Seafood Source TV, but be sure to keep checking back here every 2 weeks for new editions with more news and information from the seafood industry. For now, I'm Sean Murphy, editor at Seafood Source, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you online.